Hello, my angels. We are going to do a very short and sweet practice focusing on getting into your glutes, your hips, your hamstrings, basically lower body. If you have been doing lots of running, if you've been cycling loads, if you've been raving loads, if you've been dealing with a bit of like sciatic stuff, this will be good for you. Short and sweet. You can do this anywhere. You just need a comfortable surface and you're going to need a tennis ball or a myofascial release ball and a yoga strap. This could also be a belt or a towel. You can get creative. We're going to start on our backs. And this is all about regulating. This is like Melt Express vibes. So we're going to start with the feet, mat distance, and the knees falling in towards each other. Keep your props nice and close by. Anybody can do this practice, okay? Doesn't matter what you look like, if you're a seasoned yogi or not. This is about you just getting into your body and relaxing and having a nice stretch because you probably need it. I need it today. So feet are mat distance, knees are falling as close towards each other as possible. Hands are going to go either to your belly, maybe one hand to belly, one hand to heart, or even arms up overhead. That feels nice in the shoulders, and the shoulders can be grounded. You can even take your arms a bit wider out. I want you to just land here and take a nice big deep breath in through your nose and a nice big exhale out of your mouth. And just take a few of those and begin to create this like conscious breath. Right? So you're starting to notice the inhalation and notice the exhalation. Right? Starting to shift your attention into your body, into your breath, which anchors us in the present moment. And we want to be present when we're working with the body, when we're trying to release some tension, some tightness. We can't be thinking about some other shit. So feeling the earth beneath your body, maybe even noticing the smell of the room. Notice the sounds around you. Maybe starting to observe and notice how the body feels against the earth, how the shape feels. Right? Some days I feel like we're so heavy, some days we're light, some days there's certain areas in the body that are kind of vying for our attention, that are feeling a bit stickier than others. So we're just landing and meeting ourselves where we are in this moment right here. See if you can send the breath a little deeper down into the body. So think about filling your belly like a balloon on your inhale. And a nice big exhale to deflate. Okay, now we're gonna start to move very gently, letting the knees fall to the left and to the right. My quads are really tight today. My hamstrings are really tight today. My glutes. Basically, my lower body is needing lots of love. So we're gonna open our lower bodies together. Okay, so maybe the arms are extending a bit and you can kind of make this more of a yawn style movement. Maybe the arms are wide like a big T shape and you can start to fall the gaze left to right, so you can look in the opposite direction of the knees. And then just kind of notice as you let the knees fall towards the earth, how it feels. Maybe there's a little tightness in the knee. Maybe there's a bit of tightness in like the front of the quad or your hip. Let's not try to judge the tightness. Let's literally think about creating space in the body with our breath and with our awareness and with our movements. That's why we're here. And now the next time the knees fall to the left, I want you to tuck your tail under and squeeze your bum. You're gonna notice a bit more intensity around the quad. Think about scooping the pelvis under. Maybe even if you were to take your right hand to your lower back and your left hand right around the pelvic zone and you were just like pressing very gently to kind of scoop the tail under. How does that feel on that right thigh? Just be mindful of your knee and then go to the other side. Same thing. Think about your pelvis in space and just explore the movement, tucking the pelvis under and then letting the pelvis kind of come back to neutral. Everything is so interconnected. And I think that whenever we're working with the lower body, it's really nice to like start in the root, start with the pelvis, start with the solar plexus, your coccyx, visualizing that and then working around it. Okay, scooping side to side, a little tuck of your tail, and then you're going to come back through center and give yourself a really nice big hug. Pull your knees in towards your belly and just rock side to side. Ah, feel the sensation of your body against the mat again. Maybe the head is rocking left to right. Relax your jaw, stretch your face, maybe a little cheeky rotation of your ankles. And then extend the legs all the way up towards the sky. And I want you to give your legs a little sensory rub. So you could even rub one at a time. Just give your leg a little massage. You're like, hello, leg. Leg doesn't have to be super straight and fancy up here. It could be like quite close to your body. Ah, rotate your ankle, notice your toes, a little wiggle of your toes, maybe a little massage into your hamstrings, back of the knee if your knee is a little bit sticky. And then just go to the other side, do the same thing. You're just like saying hello to your beautiful body. A right foot can be grounded, or you could have both up there. Few breaths. I find that just like landing in my body and observing it and giving it little rubs and little massages can shift how I feel completely in my headspace. If I feel really like anxious or if I feel quite overwhelmed, I find that like just coming into my body and showing it love always makes me feel better. Okay, now both legs are gonna come down towards the earth. You're gonna bring the palms down, bring your feet like hip distance. Arms down to the side of the body, shoulders relaxed, tuck your tail, squeeze your bum, push your pelvis to the sky. Again, kind of feel the sensation around the quads. Have your knees in line with those hips, in line with toes, so that alignment is there. Think about scooping the pelvis under, take a big breath in. Maybe chin to chest, a nice even distribution of weight in the shoulders. And then slowly ripple down. And then tilt your pelvis forward, take a breath in. There's going to be a big space between your back body and the mat, and then press into that space and then tuck the tail, squeeze the bum, lift the hips. So we're working into some bridges, but we're kind of rippling up, peeling up off the floor, and then pressing ourselves back down, upper back, middle back, lower back. Maybe even a little tilt. Exhale, you can scoop up. Inhale, you can lower down. Fill the belly. 2 more times like that. This is really nice for the lower back. Pushing through those feet, tucking the tail, squeezing the bum, slowly rippling down. Beautiful. Now glue your back down and think about just kind of engaging your abdominal muscles a little bit, and then press your back even more into the earth, like you're like making an imprint of your back onto the mat, like a stamp. Maybe even like your shoulders, feel your shoulder bones against the mat. Kind of like wiggle. I know it's kind of weird, but that connection, that awareness can feel really good. Okay, now we're gonna hug that right knee in towards the belly. The left leg's gonna extend down to the ground, and I want you to grab your strap. We're gonna say hello to these hamstrings. So the strap, again, it could be a belt. It doesn't have to be fancy. We're going to wrap it around the arch of that right foot and then extend the leg towards the sky. And let's just take a nice big deep breath in. Now your leg might not be straight, and that's okay. A little bend is wonderful as well. I want you to just feel that gorgeous stretch in those hamstrings, and I want you to zone into sensations. So you can grab the strap, one in each hand. The more you flex this foot, pushing the heel to the sky, the deeper the sensation is going to be. Think about sinking the right hip down into the mat as you push the heel to the sky. Maybe you play with pointing the toes and then flexing and pointing and flexing. I like to wiggle my jaw, just rock my head side to side. Again, shoulders are relaxed, nice deep conscious breaths. Beautiful. Okay, now bring this strap over to the right. Bring your leg over to the right. And then this leg, again, it doesn't have to be straight. You can bend the leg and extend it. A little bend and extend. Try not to think about what it looks like and focus on how it feels. We're going to keep that left hip down. That's one thing that's going to want to maybe lift up. We want to keep our left hip on the mat. So it's quite active and controlled, the stretch. Oh my gosh, my legs are needing this. Ah, beautiful. One more breath. Amazing. Bring the leg back to neutral over to your left. Keep the right hip on the mat. Take a big breath in. Nice big exhale out. Right hip is glued. Nice flexion of the foot, maybe a little internal rotation of the toes. Ooh. Feel the sensation, outer glute, outer leg, IT band, outer hamstring, maybe even into the nerves if you're internally rotating. Keep those shoulders relaxed. One more breath. Ah, amazing. Okay, now we're gonna come into a figure four, but I want you to source your ball. So make sure the ball is close by. We're gonna bring the left foot down onto the mat, right ankle on top of left knee. This right knee is gonna kind of work away from you and then come towards you, away from you, towards you. And then we're gonna take our magical ball and we're gonna place it right underneath the right bum cheek. Okay, now you might notice right away, ooh, some sticky areas. My sticky zones are kind of like outer glute medial zone, so outer hip. But remember, this is a ball, so it's three-dimensional and you can move with it, right? It's swooping around, so you don't have to be stuck. I'm not wearing the right trousers for this. Okay, now I want you to just explore it, move around a little bit, feel everything out. And when you notice that there's kind of the stickiest, tightest area, you're gonna drop a bit of weight down. Oh my God, I really need this. Okay, so deep breaths. Try not to tense up, try to soften, ooh, and surrender to the intensity. Oh my God, I didn't realize how much I needed this. Outer glute is always a gorgeous spot, but if you're noticing that you have kind of sciatic stuff going on, sciatic issues, get right underneath the maximus. So you want to hit the piriformis, which is right underneath the glute max, your big booty muscle. So it's more like center of your butt cheek. But if you're kind of finding like your hips are a bit tighter, lower back, go outer glute. Gorgeous, guys. Take another breath. Oh. And obviously you can do this for as long as you want. Maybe not an hour, that would be extreme, but like 20, 30 breaths. Again, you want to kind of find that zone that feels tight and drop weight down. Surrender, surrender, breathe into it. Let it be the exhale when you go deeper in. Gorgeous. Okay, now move the ball away. We're gonna work our way up to a seated variation. So the left foot is down. Your hands are behind you. Lift up, take a big breath. So you're in that figure four still, but you're just kind of lifted up into a seated shape. Give yourself a little rock side to side. Oh my God, I needed that. Holy shit. All right, now we're gonna come into a lovely little twist. So the left leg's gonna extend long and the right foot's gonna go over top of that left leg. Left arm's gonna wrap around the right leg. Right hand goes behind you. Soften this right elbow. Take a big deep breath, lift and lengthen. Nice big exhale to twist and soften. Beautiful, one more breath in. Nice big exhale out. Belly nice and soft. Try to keep your spine super long. Okay, and then come back through center, extend that right leg long. Give yourself a nice big stretch of the arms up. And an exhale, hinge, reaching for those toes, maybe grabbing your feet, head is heavy. Legs don't have to be super straight, they can be soft. And just let some tension go that might be living in the neck and the shoulders. Few breaths here. Amazing. Okay, now we're gonna stay on this right side and then we'll come down and do the whole left side, but I want you to feel the difference. So ease your way up. Meet me in a downward facing dog. So your hands are gonna come to the top of the mat, feet to the back of the mat. Lift your sitting bones. Pedal out your feet a little bit. Feet are hip distance, sitting bones lifting, plug down through the fingertips and the knuckles. Any movement that feels good here. Sensations around the lower back that you might be feeling, maybe up in the shoulders. And then we're going to step the right foot all the way to the top of the mat outside of our right hand and drop the left knee down. Take a nice big deep breath, come into this nice lizard lunge, and then start to rock your hips back and forth. So again, we're going to stay on this right side. Thinking into that right leg, pelvis melts, heart opens, and then pulling the hips back, lifting the toes. And then when you are ready, that right arm is going to reach all the way up and over, grabbing hold of the left foot. Think heel to bum cheek. Feel the stretch of that left quad. Open the heart, take a breath in. Nice big exhale, melt the pelvis a little bit further forward. Maybe it's a bit of a floss where you're putting your foot gently into your hand and kind of opening the chest and waking up that right arm. Or you can melt the heel towards the bum. Gorgeous. Now let's release that left foot. Lift the left knee, step the right foot to the back of the mat, find your down dog. And then both feet go to top of the mat. Give yourself a nice forward fold, and we're going to work our way to the other side. So I notice in this forward fold right away how much more spacious and open I am on my right side versus my left from what we just did. So I hope you do too. Okay, again, come into the shoulders and the head and the neck and the arms and just kind of let some tension go. Everything is connected. Maybe the arms are kind of swooping around like little noodles. Shake out your head as much as you need to. Let go of sticky thoughts, any tension. Let it melt away. Any narratives, any bad juju in the head space, let that shit go. Gorgeous. And then we're going to come into a malasana. So the heels are going to turn out, toes turn out, drop the bum, come into your squat. So the squat can be whatever it needs to be. Doesn't have to be the deepest variation. And then we're going to go to the left side. Nice big breath in, grounding yourself down, taking a few moments to feel the earth beneath your body. I felt a little bit floaty today in the headspace, so this is feeling really good. I needed to ground myself down. I needed this kind of practice. Some days when we get a little bit kind of wispy in the brain, we need to ground down. All right, now let's take the hands down, bring your bum to the earth. Feet are gonna come together, knees are gonna go wide. We're just coming into a nice passive Baddha Konasana, head heavy. Arms can reach forward. Relaxing your jaw, softening your belly. I need to keep an eye on my time because I have a chicken cooking, roasting. This is my new thing. I cook a chicken while I'm like teaching classes because I'll time it specific to the classes. It's a good way to beat the time. Do a little flow. Put a chicken in the oven and do a little flow. Okay, let's work our way onto our backs. Take your time. Ripple vertebrae by vertebrae. Ooh, hug the knees in towards the belly. Give yourself a big squeeze. All right, and then let's extend the legs long and reach the arms up overhead. Just give yourself a nice big body yawn. Say hello to your body a little bit more. Nice little stretchy movement. And then feet to the mat, you're gonna swoop your knees side to side, but let it be a bit more of a stacked twist. So instead of it being so kind of windscreen wiper, one leg falls, other leg follows, let this be a bit more stacked. Knees stack, feet stack to one side. Knees stack, feet stack to the other side. Nice, and then come back through center. Let's hug the knees back in towards the belly. Left leg stays in, right leg goes long. We grab our strap, we do everything on this side. And you're gonna memorize this little sequence and you won't even need me. You could just do this wherever. You could do it in the park. You could do it when you're on vacation, on the beach. You can do it in your flat every morning by yourself. Or we could do it together. So heel to the sky, toes to the face, relax those shoulders. Same thing, you're zoning into sensation. Relax the jaw a little bit. Take a few breaths. And then point and flex and point and flex. Remember, the leg doesn't have to be super straight. And when you point those toes like a ballerina, notice the sensation. If you were to pull the straps back behind you and fight the strap, how that feels in the front of the foot, maybe even all the way in around like the shin. Such a nice feeling stretching your feet. Such a needed stretch as well. Really good for like your knees. Gorgeous. Let's bring the leg over to the left. Open the hip up. So same thing, that right hip stays down and we're just bending and extending, bending and extending. Any movement that feels good. You could keep it quite bent if that feels needed. So you're in like a one-legged happy baby with the aid of the strap. Maybe close the eyes and feel versus look. Okay, and then bring that leg back to neutral over to the right. Left hip stays on the mat. So do not lift that bum. I say it all the time in classes and I see left bum cheeks flying off the ground. Maybe looking to the left, extending the arm to the left. Gorgeous. One more breath here. A little internal rotation of the toes. Nice. And then come back through center, figure four, left ankle on top of that right knee. You grab your magical ball, place it underneath your left glute, left bum cheek. So whenever we do, oh my God, I got a lot of little trigger points. So when we are working with our fascia and we're doing myofascial release, we never want to be on a bone. Okay, so I always want you to think about being on meat, that juicy booty meat. And I want you to think about exploring and observing and noticing where the kind of tight zones are. Maybe hanging out in that zone that's a bit more intense, taking a breath. But let it be explorative. You are essentially giving yourself a massage, a deep tissue massage. Ooh. My piriformis is tight on this left side. So you might notice you get right in the middle of the glute, you get into that piriformis and you feel a sensation travel down the leg. That's that nerve. You're tapping into your sciatic nerve. Oof. You want to explore outer glute, outer hip. You can lean onto the ball a little bit. Ooh. Oh my God, guys, this is a very intense side for me. I needed this. And you hopefully will notice that when you do start to explore this kind of self-massage vibe, myofascial release, you'll notice that like emotionally, energetically, you feel like you've been rejuvenated a little bit, that you've shifted some of the stale energy. I find that physical, emotional energy manifests as physical tension. So maybe this is your shoulders that you kind of hold more tension, or maybe it's right in these glutes, hips, lower back. Ooh. Okay, take another big breath in. I find that if you're a cyclist, you might notice like around the coccyx, again, we're not on the bone, but if you kind of get into that area, you might notice some intensity there. Okay, gorgeous, let's keep going. Release the ball, left ankle on top of right knee, float that right foot up, and then we're gonna rock and roll our way into a seated variation of this shape. So you're floating that right foot to the mat, hands go behind you, heart is open, take a big deep breath in. That left knee's working away from you. A little bit of movement if movement feels good. You can kind of like rock left to right. I feel like the lighting has been quite like overexposed, but here we are. I can't control the sun, guys. And I obviously need like better blinds, but whatever. We make do. We make it work. Okay, now from here, we're gonna come into that twist. So bum comes back, left foot goes up and over the right leg, right arm wraps, left hand goes behind you. Take a big deep breath, lift and lengthen. Relax the shoulders, exhale, twist. Few rounds, inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, rotate, twist. Beautiful, left leg goes long, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge and fold. Let the head be heavy. Relax the jaw. Little sway side to side. Breathe into the lower body. Breathe into the upper body. Gorgeous. And then work your way into your down dog. And we go to our lunge on the other side. So downward facing dog, work your way there. However you need to get there, pedal out your feet. Let your head be heavy. Little movement, little wiggles. And then left foot steps outside of left hand, right knee drops. And then we just rock the hips forward and back. So we come from our lunge into that little half split variation. Hips drop back, come forward. Big inhale to come forward, exhale to come back. And then next time that left leg is bent, right hand to the earth, left arm reaches up and over, grab hold of the right foot. Only taking this variation if your knee is cool with it. If it's not, maybe don't. You can just stay in that lizard. Try not to crush into the shoulders. Try not to crush into the upper body. Oh my God, my quad. Beautiful. All right, release that right foot. Left hand comes down, right knee lifts, step the right foot top of the mat. We're back in our Malasana, heels in, toes out, bum drops. Grounding ourselves down. So you can always use blocks underneath your bum. You can always have your hands down on the earth for this shape where you're just kind of a little more wiggly. You can open the shape up, reaching one arm to the sky, other side. Plug in, ground down. And then come into a forward fold. So hands down, turn the toes forward, lift the heels, lift the sitting bones, drop the head, shake some shit out, let something go, relax your jaw. And then plant your palms, step your feet to the back of the mat. Come into a child's pose, knees to the mat, bum to heels, arms reaching forward. And just chill here and soften and just let everything sink in. Bum doesn't have to be all the way towards the heels. If you feel quite tight in the knees or the hips, that's okay. Meet yourself where you are. Relax your jaw and just breathe into the belly. Allow softness travel from the belly all the way down into the hips, into the pelvis, into the legs, into the toes. Right? Our intention with this practice was to just show love to the lower body, and I think that's what we did. Short and sweet. Take another breath here, just grounding yourself down a little bit, connecting to Earth's energy, maybe inviting some of that beautiful, potent, grounded energy into your brain, into your auric field, into the energy flowing within you, just nice grounded energy. And then slide your hands towards your knees, and you're just going to come to kneeling. If you need to come onto your bum, that's okay too. Take one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart, and just show yourself lots of love for doing what you just did. You just showed your body love. You showed your lower body love. You showed your upper body love here and there, right? It's a huge deal, so don't let it go unnoticed. Right? Small steps, big accomplishments. So just big yourself up for being here, doing what you just did. Give yourself immense gratitude and love. And I am showing you immense gratitude and love. Thank you for moving and stretching and breathing with me. Who knew how magical it could be? A ball. This could be a tennis ball. This could be a fancy ball. Put it back in my basket, and away I go to my chicken. And you can go to wherever you got to go. I love you lots. And I hope you have a magnificent day, evening, morning, nighttime, trip, whatever is going on. Love you lots. See you later. Bye.